Are you looking to make consistent money trading the VWAP? Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this one. This would be an incredible breakdown on how to trade using the VWAP. Hello, my name is Doug. I've been trading for 12 years, and this is my channel about all things trading. Let's dive into today's content. All right, number one, what is the volume weighted average price? Is exactly how it sounds. This is an indicator or a drawing tool on TradingView that will show you the average price per volume. So just like a moving average, this will do like a moving average kind of look, but on the volume. So how much volume of shares was traded per price, and it'll draw you a line. Okay, number two, let's look into how do we set it up. Simply put, you can go to indicators and look up VWAP, and you'll find a stock VWAP from TradingView. There's all different versions people will try to put out there, and this will give you an average volume price from the beginning of the day. On this example, using the US 30, it's going to start it back at I believe it's 3 p.m. I'm in Vancouver, BC. And this is the upper band. This is the lower band. You don't need to use them. You can use them. I'm going to show you how I use them. But just so you know, the blue is the main one. So if you want, you can double click on this and you can turn off these lower and upper bands. If you just want minimal noise and just focus just on the VWAP, how does it work? And that's one way. Okay, the second way you can set this up, this is how I like to do it, is this tool here. Anchored VWAP. I believe you find it over here. There it is. And I have started, which puts it over here. So you click this bad boy. I like to start it at 6:30 PST. This is the open, 9:30 a.m. EST. And I'm just going to simplify this for a sec just to show you. Take these bad boys off. I just want to show you. This is the VWAP. Again, this is showing me the average price from the open, from the US Open is giving me the average price. And you can see, this is a bit of a choppy day, but you can just see right away a few reactions of how price trades around the VWAP. So let's get into the third point on how we trade it. Okay, so how we trade the VWAP. This is totally up to you. People will use it as a confluence to their already system they're using. But just if you were only going to trade the VWAP because you're maybe wired like me and you like to keep things super simple, here's some examples we could look at. Some people would like to trade, if price is trading above the VWAP, I go long. If it's trading below, I go short. I don't recommend this. I don't think it's the best play. There's two ways I think it can be used if you're only using the VWAP. One is if price reacts off of the VWAP, you could consider going in that direction. What's a killer example? Right here. Let's get our little brush tool. Are you kidding me? Price closes above and you say, I'm going to wait for a retest. So look at the reaction it has off the VWAP. That's incredible. So that could be one way. Another way you can use it is reverting or retracing back to the VWAP. So if you think about it, so I've heard big institutions like to purchase close to the VWAP because if they're trying to put in large orders, if this is the average price for the day, why do they want to buy up here? Okay, so price can pull back. Like look at today. It chops around for the first little bit. You can just ignore that. Price goes away from the VWAP, comes back to the VWAP, goes away, comes back. And now it's been chopping around here for the last little bit. But in the main first hour of the market, it kind of waves in and out. Now, some days it's gonna rip and never look back. And that is what it is. You don't get a trade for that day. But a lot of times trades are kind of the market is moving in waves, pushing and pulling. So an example right here, you could say, okay, when I get this bearish engulfing candle, beautiful. And you got lots of room to go down to the VWAP. You can set yourself a nice little 1-to-1. Here's your tool. So when this price closed, you would have entered and go back to the VWAP. You get 1.5R, or you could just set a 1-to-1. That's my style. Okay, lots of ways you can do this. You could have done it down here as well. And you could have said, okay, I wait for the first engulfing it. So price came away from the VWAP. Wait for this one to close. This is a nice engulfing candle. Boom, you put your stop at the bottom there. You could use the low, but I like to use below the candle. And you could either say, hey, I'm not going to go further than the VWAP. So you just get a 0.5R trade if you want to play it super safe, or you go, no, I only take 1Rs. Anyways, you get the idea. And then what you have to do is you need to go back test this could just be a good day on this. How do you know you can take the next 100 trades on this and make money? So that's the absolute key. You got to go back test it and prove that this has any validity. Okay. And again, what would that look like? Like, let's get really practical. You might be new or struggling and you're like, well, how do I back test it? You simply would go grab an Excel sheet and simply track. Make it super clear. If I take an engulfing candle when price is, not overbought, but just like stretched away from the VWAP, I will take a 1-to-1 every time. See what the results would be. You might be shocked and you see a 60% win rate, which is 4% a month if you take a trade every day. Run the math, right? 4% a month. That is $8,000 on a 200K prop firm account. Okay. You might have other ways. I'm gonna test. You can test on the same Excel sheet. Call it the VWAP test. I'm gonna take this trade every time I see price close above and then retest, or maybe it comes up to the VWAP and wicks and rejects it. What would happen if I took that trade every time? Give yourself a factual, systematic play. And then if you want to go add confluences and go, only if it's in a downtrend, I'm going to take the bearish signals like right here, right? But test it. The data will be the end all be all. You might find out that this play, even in an uptrend, works the same amount of times as in a downtrend. Everyone says you got to trade with the trend, but figure out if it's actually legit. For the small window you're trading, is that actually facts? Okay, another layer I'd like to add to this is what you can do is, and again, this can help you make it more systematic. Click on your drawing tool and see what happens if you like the upper and lower bands. Maybe you go, okay, is there a way I can use these bands? Let's say you were looking for that reversal, like stretching back to the VWAP. This can give you the lines, the upper and lower band can give you a systematic rules. So when your emotions are flying high and you're trading live, you can use these as I will only take a retracement back to VWAP if price has closed above the upper band. That's one way you could do it. Okay. You could do another one where once price closes back over the upper band, I can go bearish. There's all these ways you can do it, and nothing's right or wrong. You just have to go test it. You might say, nope, I want to use lower and upper band number 2. So now they're further out. I made them kind of grayed out so they're not as bold, but I'll just go like this so you can see them. You might use the further out upper bands, and here you go. So you can see now, okay, when it gets to the second round of bands, then I can take engulfs. And just to take this one step further, you could do the same thing with these. You can say once price has reached the third layer of upper bands, but then today you wouldn't have got a signal. So this is the way you can do it. I'll leave it at that. You can do whatever you want. The way I like to do it is using all 3 bands just to see how it's reacting. And if you see something that lines up, downtrend, engulfing pattern, beautiful. Just take it. If the bands seem like they're adding noise, take them off. There's no right or wrong way you can do this. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Greatly, greatly appreciate a like, comment, or subscribe if I have added any value to you whatsoever. Trying to grow the channel, of course, I would love some love in the comments, likes, or subscribe. And again, comments on anything. If you want me to expand on something, I'll make another video literally just for your comment. I'll make another video teaching something, and that's all. Thanks so much.